Radio Raheem with Anthony Joshua. You're in Manchester, and usually we get you in London, and it's...
They're calling you out, Mr. Raheem.
I love it, man. I appreciate them. You are usually just on such a smooth glide path. Everything works out proper as it's supposed to. There was a lot of hiccups before this fight. Obviously, we're expecting Klitschko. Everyone's excited about that. What kind of adjustment did it take mentally and even physically to realize that fight's not happening in November, and now we've got to prepare for a totally different guy in December?
Okay, it's hard for me to prepare for, like, let's say Klitschko throws 2 jabs and Molina throws 1. I won't wait for him to throw 2 or 1. I just kind of been working on my own development. So, I don't know, this fight I haven't taken my foot off the pedal because probably the fact that even though I'm not fighting Klitschko or a challenge that people may have wanted to see, but I've still got Molina in front of me. Then I got another hurdle next. Then I have another hurdle. So I've got to keep myself on the rise, because it's like, you know how it goes, and people are one bad performance, they say, oh, you'd never beat that guy. So I'm the guy that should beat Klitschko, so I've got to make sure I've performed like the guy who should beat Klitschko. So even though I'm not fighting him, I still got to look good.
In the press, there's been, this fight particular, so much discussion about your training regimen. We've seen you in here hit the pads. You're obviously in great physical shape. Can you talk to me just a bit about what you do to stay ready and between fights to remain in shape?
Okay, probably one of the main things is stay away from home, you know, because I've got a big family, friends, and I grew up in London, and if you're probably from London, you know there's a lot going on. So I get away, and it's probably just, it gets a bit boring, but I see the gym and the flats back and forth Monday to Friday, and that's it. So it's just probably just being in that bubble. So we don't even watch the TV really. It's that old, the remote hardly works, so I don't even bother watching it. And then, yeah.
Is the physical conditioning as much a challenge for you as the fight itself? You say that you just try to do what you do. Is that part of what...
I think one of the main things that when you approach the fight is the mind, because you've done everything physically. Everything should be subconscious now, you know. You should do stuff that you don't even realize you're doing when you're in the fight. So it's just getting my mind right now. I've done everything I can. I've done my road work, my bike work, my rowing work, I've done my swimming work, I've done my strength training so I don't get injured. Going through a camp not getting injured is important. I've done my sparring, I've done my pads, I've done my bags, shadow boxing. There's so many things we ticked off, and now I should just be mentally ready because I've done everything physically.
Well, it's cheers to you for putting your rivals even on your own card. Now we've got Ortiz, a recent sign from Matchroom. Yeah. He's on the undercard. White is still on the undercard. Shizura. Yeah. These guys, though, you've got that target on your back, and they are not shy about talking about it.
Because you know what? They wouldn't talk about me if there wasn't a massive reward in it. It's as simple as that. If them man weren't getting rewarded, they wouldn't want to fight. So we put it down to that. Even though I'm a target, I'm still the one that is out there to make sure I protect my concrete jungle, and that's it. I'm still a challenger in my mindset. That's what I said. Like, the belts don't represent me. I'm serious about what I do for my own reasons. So yeah, with or without the belts, I'm still as hungry as ever. So even though I may be the one that people are chasing, I'm walking in my own pace. I'm not running from anyone.
David Haye's made quite a bit of a stir this past week.
The issue is with a lot of boxers, they're known for talking. They're not known for boxing. So as I said, I try and keep relevant for what I do in the ring. I don't really try and stay relevant for a lot of the things I say outside it. So that's why I don't really buy into the talk, because it's always important to stay relevant, because I am a boxer. I'm not a political figure. I don't need to voice all my opinions. I need to fight and be good at that.
Victor Ortiz, Luis Ortiz, how much of a challenge does he present with his experience and whatnot? And Eddie's already talking about 2017. Is that the next hurdle?
No, the next hurdle is Molina. Luis Ortiz is very talented. We've seen him doing very good things, and we see him struggle. It's like myself. You see me do some good things, you see me struggle. But styles make fights. So I think you never know how mine and Ortiz fight will turn out. You just never know. But so far, he's looking like a world beater, and he's very experienced and talented.
And lastly, Anthony, 2017, What's your primary goal? How would you like to end that year? At this time next year, what would you like to be saying?
Interesting. This time last year, I was training for the British title, wasn't I? You know, I was training to fight Dylan. Now we're here defending. So hopefully, the main thing is 3 things: being happy, being injury-free, and still being undefeated.
Can you collect all those straps next year?
Who even has them? I know I'm going to fight for one if I get past Molina. And then it's if Deontay Wilder wants to fight straight after that sometime around December. So I can't predict it, but it's a very, very possible chance that I could have a few more straps around my waist.
Thank you for the time. Radio Raheem with Anthony Joshua at the Manchester Arena this Saturday night. Thank you, sir. We can't wait to see you in the ring and in action.